I'm curious, Jordan. You've probably worked with many leaders, right? What role does purpose have, not just in being happy, in being successful, but in also really making an impact in what you do?
Yeah, good question. There's an unhealthy obsession to be happy, to be fulfilled. I think being human is to feel all the emotions, and you can never avoid feeling shitty, feeling depressed. Well, you can avoid depression, I'll talk about it later, but to feel dissatisfied, to feel disappointed. And that what makes people actually quite disillusioned by this idea of living your purpose. A little bit contrarian here, but I think just to put it blatantly, like purpose serve as a function to make humans thrive. Without purpose, we will only survive. We will only just do animal things every day. Eat, shit, sex, die. I mean, that's repeat. Without purpose, without invisible, intangible meaning, I think purpose to me is meaning. How do you want to assign meaning to your life? It's really hard to get up, as Abdel said. Like, what am I doing now? Like, why do I get to work? And usually all of us are autopilot. 95% of what we do is already been shaped the first 7 years of our childhood. And then you repeat, and then you throw in different ingredients from school, from religion, from country, from culture, from TV. You just enlarge repetition until you stop and you examine your life, like, what is my purpose? I think several good points here, like inner outer purpose, like darkness, facing all of that. And for me, it's just like, I don't know if you guys have read Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl. He survived the Holocaust. For him, purpose guide through him survival and then thriving afterwards, right? And I think without purpose, it's really hard to then do something meaningful in your life, and then you probably stop or burn out in the middle because you're doing it not for a reason that is inherently yours. As Celine said, we all born with something, and we don't know that because we've been domesticated. It's not just, what is it, precondition, it's domestication. The system doesn't like us awaken and live through our true meanings and through inherent values, right? So I think for me, I'm advocating really go deep, like remember who you are. You know who you're born as. We just forget through domestication process, right? And then how do we tie it to impact? How I see it in my clients. A lot of my clients, they're founders, they're ambitious. They come from very painful background because they overcome a lot of barriers institutionally, racially, socioeconomically, discrimination, biases. But there's something there behind them. It's a chip on their shoulders that keep them going, right? And then they have to stop and re-examine. Am I going the right directions? Am I doing it in the healthy pace? And they always say, oh, but I have a purpose. I have an impact to make. I want to change the life. But where does that come from? Does that come from an egoistic purpose, trying to prove your self-worth, that you're worthy of respect, that you're worthy of love, that you're worthy of admirations? Or it comes from an inherent abundance and full cup that you want to inspire and help others? Usually when you do it from the former, when you're coming in from the place of scarcity and then lacking and insecurity, you'll burn out at some point. Those impact and purpose is just your trick to yourself that you want to keep going to gain respect from people. But it's not really sustainable. But the one that is truly sustainable purpose is that after you've done your work, clean all your emotional baggage and shit and bury them away, then you'll find your true inherent purpose, that this is what I am here to do, and I'm going to sort of like serve others. Usually purpose comes from a service to others or from your own pain. For me, my purpose is turning my pain into purpose.